Weiner is up, everybody. This is according to a Wall Street Journal NBC New York poll released on Tuesday night. Former New York Representative Anthony Weiner has passed City Council Speaker Christine Quinn, the longtime frontrunner in the Democratic primary. Poll results indicate that Weiner is now backed by 25% of registered Democrats, followed by Quinn, who is supported by 20%.
I think this poll is maybe not terribly surprising. I think Anthony Weiner's name recognition has just always been very, very good in the state. In the city, really nationwide, he's always been a very, I think, eloquent spokesperson for a lot of progressive ideas that Democrats who vote in primaries tend to hold dear. But Christine Quinn has been, I think, she's been the city council speaker for a long time. She has plenty of name recognition in New York. I think she's been the front runner for quite some time, and the fact that she's now in a serious race with Anthony Weiner is a bit of a surprise, given that Anthony Weiner is most famous not for being a progressive spokesperson, but for a sexting scandal.
So what does that say? That experiencing a sex scandal where everyone is watching, can that ultimately help you win an election?
I'm of two minds about this. I think in one way, this is the type of scandal that wasn't just it wasn't like, say, the Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky scandal, where we learned about nasty details, but we didn't really get the graphic details. With the sexting scandal, we actually did, and it was pretty unappealing, I think, for most voters. But at the same time, it's been a few years, and he was a national politician. He was somebody who was a national figure, whereas Christine Quinn is still a local figure. She's a New York figure, and in a lot of ways, being a national figure carries with it a certain level of gravitas and seriousness that makes people think, well, this person is really going to be able to get the job done, even if that they may have also demonstrated really poor judgment in ways that in fact ruined their capacity to be a national spokesperson for these issues.
His past shows that he's a leader, that he'll get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I think people do think that he would be a good leader in this case. But there have been some profiles written of him lately that are not particularly flattering, that make him seem like he wasn't a particularly serious legislator, who was much more concerned with media and the spotlight, and with perhaps eventually becoming mayor of New York City than with actually governing. But that's not necessarily the impression that most voters have. What most voters see is that this guy was out there fighting for the stuff that they believed in for a long time. And there are a lot of Democrats in New York, and a lot of very liberal Democrats in New York, and Anthony Weiner was a very outspoken liberal Democrat. I just think those political facts matter a lot. He's got a lot of name recognition, and people know who he is. And even if they don't really get psyched about the sexting scandal, they also know that they're not really voting for somebody based on their sexting sort of I guess habits. They're voting for them based on their political habits and their political views. So I think he's in a much better spot than a lot of people would have thought a couple of days,
that is absolutely right.